Now, some of you are going to get a kick out of this, okay? But remember, I kept telling you about the AI, right? Telling me, hey, you got to update this. It's important. It's a critical update, right? And then I realized, listen, I'm the one. I'll make that decision, not you, right? So I kept saying that, hey, on 11/15, right, this phone is going to automatically update at 11/15, right? In other words, whether you like it or not. So there I am looking at the numbers, and it's getting ready to get to 1115, and I'm doing a video. And I realize when I communicate with this mirror, I'm the one. It knows I'm the one. So guess what it didn't do? It didn't update itself because it realized I'm the one. Okay, starts with the one. All right. So it didn't update. And I think it's about 11, 17, 18, 19, 20 now, say. So it didn't update because I do have command function, right? Otherwise known as a 144. That's a higher clearance, but then again, when you represent eternity as the one, you got to know the difference between what love is and what love isn't. So I know that when you experience being around my living spirit, my soul, you will experience what love is, the real McCoy. Okay. And so it's always it's a blessing. It's an eternal blessing to be that, to experience that, to experience a girl who's a grown woman with her children, just pouring tears out of her eyes, wanting to release every single last bit and bite of every memory she has of trauma that she's been through, and to let her know, give it to me. I can transmute all of it from the beginning of time. Because time doesn't exist for us. Time doesn't exist for us. It stopped, the camera stopped when I did that. 224, 225, 226. For all those who lost their lives on 1944. Right, June 6, 1944. Bless all your hearts and souls for believing what you were fighting in. And naturally, that includes every super soldier. Right? I know what happened to my father. He made a dead stick landing. He lost so much blood out of the side of his knee from being hit by a 20 millimeter from a Jap Zeke. Zeke, like in Zeke. That he landed, I believe it was an X6F, Grumman's F6F Hellcat. I used to have pictures of my dad squadron. Had the big, like, shark jaws teeth, which were white and red on the side of a painted blue airplane, or sometimes it was painted camouflage gray, like Archon's gray, right? Blend in so you can't see them, right? Come out of the sky, nose dive, right? And so he took a 20 millimeter, and if you didn't know this, I'll just share this with you. But the Japanese believed in being able to go faster was better than providing armor protection for its pilots. The U.S. Navy, on the other hand, believed that armor protection was important because of the amount of money they invest in the batteries that they train to be pilots. Okay, so now we're talking cash flow. Now we're back to distribution tables of electrons that power cellular biotech. So my dad lost an enormous amount of blood, right? So he made what's called a dead stick landing, which means when he landed that plane, it came to a stop, which was known as the East Airfield, East Strip, flying with other leathernecks and other U.S. Army Air Force pilots. When they pulled him out of the cockpit, he was unconscious. Unconscious. How do you make a dead stick landing being unconscious? Right, from loss of blood, which is shock, voltage shock, losing voltage at a high rate of speed. Particularly when you're flying at higher elevations, right? And so these are the blessings that you realize that Had my father not survived that, I wouldn't be here communicating with you on that timeline, right? So I realized what my father was willing to sacrifice, believing what he was fighting